FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
And you hear, and unfortunately Mark Krikorian, our great opponent who's not here, he would say, well, these workers are taking American jobs. The truth is that because they're so different from us, either more or less educated, they don't compete with us. By and large, they complement us. And so think about a restaurant. You start a restaurant because you have the available dishwashers and busboys. Well, that allows you to hire a chef and hire a maitre d' and hire an architect. Complementary work. Immigrants complement us, and because they complement us, they help grow the economy. They help sustain jobs for Americans, not just that chef and that maitre d', but also the people who are growing the food and the guys who are insuring the restaurant and designing the restaurant and financing the restaurant. And they make us all more productive because of the way they complement us. And that's true even in a recession. I mean, people are, why are we even talking about this in a recession? Americans are still not wanting to do those jobs at the low end, and we're still not graduating enough people to do all the jobs that we're going to need, especially when the recovery starts at the high end. The New York Times did a great piece a few weeks ago where the reporter spent some time in a meatpacking plant in Tennessee, a town built around a meatpacking plant. And the emblematic guy she chose, the white guy who'd been working as a mechanic, earning $15 an hour, he'd been out of work for 6 months. He'd lost his truck, he'd lost his house, he'd gone home to live with his mother, but he still wasn't interested in going and doing that hard physical work on the line of cutting off the chickens' heads that immigrants are willing to do. And so we're still needing immigrants in a recession. We're going to need them even more when the economy picks up and we start to want to grow the economy again. Hard to grow a business without workers, hard to grow an economy without workers. So the problem isn't really the immigrants, and I'm coming back to my diagnosis. The problem is the law that's fighting the dynamism of the world economy. About 1.5 million people come every year, pulled by supply and demand. As you heard from Jeff, we give out about 1 million, 1.1 million visas. It's as if we were making cars here and had to import the steel, but our steel quotas were 1/3 too low. I mean, how dumb would that be? And of course, it's bad for everyone. It's bad for the immigrants who have to die in the desert to get here. It's bad for American workers who are undercut when these workers because they're illegal, can't really bargain for their rights. It's bad for the rule of law, obviously. It's bad for border security. I'll never forget the border guard who said to me, if another 9/11 happens and it happens on my watch because I'm chasing your next busboy or my next gardener, I'll never forgive myself. And it's bad for employers who have to make a choice. Do I grow my business or do I obey the law? The only people who benefit are the smugglers.